Hi, I'm Mohammad Sheikh. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Wraps and Wings. I have been in the food and food service business for the last 30 years. My qualification is an engineer, electronic and telecommunication engineer, but I've done hotel management, catering technology, and applied nutrition, and I've never looked back. I've always been in the catering trade for the last 35 years. We established Wraps and Wings in 2014 because we wanted a brand which could scale. We went to US to get inspiration from the US, and we came back with the idea of Wraps and Wings. And that's how the name came about. So behind Wraps and Wings, we have a lot of data because Wraps and Wings was established in 2014. So we have a lot of data on what works and what doesn't work. As I said, I was in the US to study what the market was before we launched Wraps and Wings. And we thought the Wraps and Wings are two categories that can do really well in the UK. And there was a really need for a good quality Wraps and a Wings brand. And that data helps us do our menus to see what the market is, what works, what doesn't work. What sets us apart is also is that we serve different day parts. Wraps and Wing is the fascia at the front side of the business, but within the kitchen we do an additional 4 brands like Holy Bagel, Exquisite, Mad About Doner. So basically when the store opens in the morning, we are busy from breakfast from 8 o'clock till very late night until 12 o'clock midnight. So we serve different day parts. What that means is that we are sweating all our assets properly, and also we make proper use of the team. That means better margins, more profits. So by doing different day parts, you're actually maximizing the revenue throughout the day. So within our franchise model, we have 3 types of formats. First format is basically a takeaway format, where primarily we target high footfall areas where customers will come and pick up their orders, and that could cost anything between 100 to 150,000. The second model, which is a more evolved model, is basically a dine-in model with at least 25 to 30 covers, and that could be anything between 250 to 300,000. Obviously, it all depends upon the type of lease, whether you're paying a premium, what location you are in, but that's roughly the investment level. And the third level is basically a brand licensing, a third model, which basically needs the least investment because it's a plug and play system. So you already have an existing business and you're plugging our brands in. And that could be anything between 2,000 to 5,000 pounds. This is the right time to invest in a Wraps and Wing franchise because I do not see any similar models. I think we are the pioneers. In fact, in 2014, we opened Wraps and Wing. 2016, we were the first company to do virtual brands. We have quite a good understanding and knowledge of virtual brands and a lot of data behind to back that up as well. So I think we are very different in the market. We offer a very different model. So it's a win-win for the customers as well as for the franchisees. So we have an ongoing support for the franchisees, where we do a lot of webinars, identify training needs. We are retraining people. We have certifications within our organization. And if you have certain certifications in your store, people who are certified, then we give certain benefits to the franchisees to maintain that certification, which in turn means there's good quality food, less staff turnover, the staff are better trained. It all comes down to consistency. So you could go to any Wraps and Wing and expect the same sort of food and the same sort of consistency. So training is an important part for us. We have a lot of materials on training, and we also have an intranet where basically the franchisees can go any time of the day, 24 hours, and get access to training videos and any other assets which are required to fulfill the job. A lot of the SKUs are quite common. So 25% of the SKUs used within the brand, they are basically common to across all the brands. So we have a consolidated supply chain where the franchisee gets everything from one distributor, deliveries 3 times a week. So there's less wastage, and obviously we have more frequent deliveries, so you don't need large storage space. That also means the food is fresh. And the food is fresh and there's a good turnover, you get good customer reviews as well. And because we have such a strong team, we just had Greg Woodland join us from SSP, who's very, very experienced in purchasing and supply chain. So we have a very robust system. We have very good pricing from our suppliers, and our COGS are very, very good. We're well in line with the industry standards. Top tips would be choosing the right location, but we are looking at locations with a high footfall. We are looking at locations where we are easily accessible. We are very confident if you follow the system, make use of the support that we have available, the business is going to be very, very successful. It's simple, it's not difficult, because it seems difficult with 5 brands, but because we've been doing it for so many years, we have basically tweaked it. We've got lots of tips on it. We've got lots of way to do it. So we have sort of maximized it. And again, a lot of training assets are available, right from management to crew members on the floor, so to make use of it as well. So Wraps and Wings has grown very organically. We've had franchisees who started off with one franchise, went through the system, they went through the business model. It was very profitable for them, and they went on to open the second and third and fourth locations. So Wraps and Wings had a very organic growth based on the results that it produced for its franchisees. And obviously, we were very popular with the public as well. We got good support, we got basically good response for our menu, our concepts, and I think we have grown very fast. That has attracted more franchisees into our ecosystem. So we initially started with a few franchisees who ended up taking multiple franchises, but now we have lots of people who want to join us and replicate the success. I think halal is a very important aspect. There's a lot of consumers out there who there's a requirement for halal. Very few brands out there who are doing things on a very consistent basis, and they're halal as well. So there's a big need from halal consumer for a brand which is consistent, from a brand which can offer them variety, from a brand which can offer them that service as well. So I think halal is very universal, it's a growing market in the UK. We've seen other brand operators who have come over, big brands who have switched to halal, and the comps have gone up by at least 25%. So it's a win-win situation for the consumers as well as for the operators. So we're looking for a person who is an owner-operator, who are very disciplined, so we can teach them the brand, but they should have a good knowledge of business as well. So we need somebody who is a foodie, who is ready to follow the systems. We can set up the brand, we can set up the systems, but that person should be able to execute that well. So we've had Wraps and Wings brands for just over 11 years, and we thought, what could we do to bring the brand in the current age? We are always about innovation. So we thought this was the right time to basically do a rebranding of our Wraps and Wings brand, so it's in tune with the Gen Z and the millennial. As I said, we are always looking at innovation, and we thought this is the right time really. Vision for Wraps and Wings over the next 5 years is that we wanted to be in every major town in England, give them the quality and everything that's on trend. Because we are a company which we evolve quite a lot, and we have the flexibility of doing virtual brands within our business, we can actually adapt very quickly, and we are very agile as well. Always giving people value for money, giving them something which is on trend, most of all, basically customer satisfaction. To find out more, please book a meeting with our team with the link below.